I've always felt the time after Christmas to feel a little strange and a little just kind of off center. You know, you have this huge holiday, you have all these family members, it's wonderful. And then it all just kind of drops off and, you know, you're left wondering, okay, what's the next year hold? And so when I found this journal and exploring the idea of the sacred nights and each night matching up with a month of the year and feeling through that intuitively and journaling through it, I was really intrigued and I wanted to explore more. The last probably 5 years, but especially in the last couple of years, it's been a very transformative time for me. 7 years ago, I had a little boy born with autism and Down syndrome both, which I didn't know could coexist until my son. But it's been a very intense journey. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's full of light, but there's also a lot of places where you need support. And I think finding this journal and realizing that I could almost write letters to my future self to support myself through the year was really profound. So I remember the excitement building up to it the 2 weeks before the first time I did it. And I was so excited. I could not wait to start. I was like, I wish it was Christmas Eve now. I'm one of those people that if I decide to do something, I usually go 110%. So I wanted to do every part of it. And I did end up, in fact, that was one thing that crossed my mind. I'm like, what if I can't do it all? Like, it's fine. You can do one tiny piece and it will support you. And I know a few people who have done that. They'll just do one tiny section of the journal and the return on that has been profound for them. Yeah. But I think for me, I saw my guides or the universe or, you know, however you want to feel that, God just rise up and give me that time. I mean, my son does not sleep well. And each of 12 nights, he somehow slept just long enough. I would wake up at the right time and have just enough time to fill out all the sections of the journal. And then I would have more time at night to reflect. And I was like, this feels like a gift. Like I have the support of the universe in doing this too. So I think maybe my absolute favorite part has been the dreams or the oracle cards that I've drawn to match up with the month. I mean, you really are connecting with your future self, you know, when you write this. And what I had written and the oracle card I had drawn gave me the exact answers I needed. It was some situation I was going through with my son and I needed some insight and clarity. I was just like, thank you, universe. My mind is, you know, completely, I am in shock and gratitude, and it was incredible. It creates this container. It's almost hard to put words to it, but there's this deep feeling of love that surrounds you in working with it. Like almost like you're having a board meeting with your guides, but it's way more loving. Maybe a board meeting with your relatives, you know, the people that care about you, that love you, that want the best for you. And I mean, it's not just that hour that you sit down with it. It's like I feel this energy the whole day of like you're crafting the next year and you're not doing it alone. You know, you're supported and guided and there's messages coming through. There's this energy that just kind of fills your days. And I like with a wonder. And I haven't, like I've always, like I said, even when I was a little kid, of course, when I was a little kid, right? Because Christmas is over, it's sad. But I've always just kind of felt this letdown, and I have not felt that the last few years I've worked with the journal. It's like, wow, this is such a sacred time. And yeah, like you're, I don't know, you're crafting something magical for the next year, and it's helping you live your life, you know, to your highest and best good. So, I mean, to have that kind of clarity and you can't put a price on that. It is so valuable. You know, it's basically writing 12 letters to yourself, to your future self, to say, here's what, you know, you will need to know. And along with that, there's the support of the 12 nights just in that time in between Christmas and the time that it ends. You know, you feel that love and that support. And I mean, we all need more love in our lives, right? To feel that love of the universe, that personal love that comes through. You can't compare that to anything else. I can really feel that come through. And then through the whole year to pull that journal back out, and it's almost like that energy of that sacred time comes right back into your life, and you're holding that book and you remember, oh yeah, I got this. Not only do I got this, but I'm supported. I'm not alone. I have these friends, you know. I really feel my grandma sometimes come through with this, you know, and so I feel her love for me, you know, and just to feel that in those moments when you're like, okay, I need to know what to do. I don't know what to do here, you know, because our years are full of lots of energy, right? But to come back and focus and feel that container again and that peace, that's so precious. I mean, we all have mixed feelings now about social media, right? it can feel like, oh, I think I'm connecting, but it's all like not so much, you know. But what I have found, it is seriously one of the dearest groups I'm part of all year. I actually have a lot of different little groups I'm part of, and I would say this group is the most interactive, the most supportive. I mean, you make a post, you're going to have people responding, and not just with a like. They're really, truly, I have seen people write paragraphs back. You know, they're really, truly supporting this kinship within.
Mm.
Um, I think the energy of this container attracts a really precious and special group of people, and it's something I found invaluable. I see the names rise up. I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, these people become special to you, and you see them walking their own journeys with their vulnerability, with their support. It's a very, very special group. You don't have to do the whole thing. I think any little piece that you do brings incredible reward. Uh, yeah, so just to trust yourself, to realize that I went through a time, you know, well, my whole life until 3 years ago, I was like, I don't know if I'm intuitive. And I think this process has given me faith. Everyone's intuitive. We're all intuitive. And this process allows you to connect with yourself. I mean, there's enough guidance that you know exactly what to write or do. And yet there's enough free form to feel like, okay, I can connect with whatever's coming up. And it's given me this confidence that no matter how that shows up for me, I'm connecting with my intuition, even if it looks different from someone else. The fact that you've allowed this to be birthed and to bring this forward, and the container you create, and you know how active you are and how much you are there to support everyone through the journey over the 13 nights is such a blessing. And I just sense your love and your care with it, and I just want to express that means a huge deal to me. It fills such a niche that's needed. It's such a beautiful, beautiful gift.